Let's go back in time to ancient Greece, in the tumultuous year of 490 BC. The winds of war are blowing across the Aegean Sea. The mighty Persian Empire, under the rule of King Darius I, sets its sights upon the proud city-states of Greece, seeking to extend its dominion over these ancient lands. But standing in their path, like a bulwark of defiance, was the city-state of Athens, a beacon of democracy and freedom. Now the stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a confrontation that would echo through time. On the one side, the Persians, with their vast armies and boundless ambition, sought to crush the spirit of Greek independence. And on the other side, the Athenians, fueled by patriotism and love for their homeland, prepared to defend their way of life with every fiber of their being. But what about the strategies employed by these rival forces, you may wonder? Well, nothing short of the most cunning and daring maneuvers that ever unfolded on the plains of Marathon. At the forefront of the Persian army stood the mighty cavalry, a formidable force known for its speed and ferocity. These mounted warriors, armed with lances and bows, formed the vanguard of King Darius's army, tasked with delivering a swift and decisive blow to the enemy lines. Following closely behind the cavalry were the infantry regiments, comprised of skilled archers and heavily armored warriors known as immortals. These foot soldiers, arrayed in tight formations, advanced methodically towards the enemy, their shields interlocked and their spears gleaming in the sunlight. But the Persians' most potent weapon was their sheer numerical superiority. With an army numbering in the tens of thousands, they sought to overwhelm the Athenian defenders through sheer force of numbers, a strategy that had proven effective time and time again on the battlefield. On the other side of the conflict stood the Athenian army, a force comprised primarily of citizen soldiers known as Hoplites. These brave men, armed with spears, shields, and bronze helmets, formed the backbone of the Greek phalanx, a tightly packed formation designed to withstand the onslaught of enemy attacks. Led by the renowned general Miltiades, the Athenians devised a cunning strategy to counter the Persian threat. Rather than meeting the enemy head-on, they opted to deploy their forces in a defensive posture, drawing the Persians into a trap and exploiting weaknesses in their flanks. At the heart of the Athenian formation stood the elite troops of the Plataeans, fierce warriors renowned for their skill in combat. Positioned on the wings of the phalanx, they acted as a bulwark against the Persian cavalry, preventing the enemy from outflanking their lines and delivering a devastating blow to their ranks. And so, as the sun rose on that fateful day, the two armies stood poised for battle, their fates intertwined by the threads of history. Miltiades, the mastermind behind the Athenian strategy, recognized the need to exploit the weaknesses of the Persian forces. Aware of the Persians' reliance on their cavalry and numerical superiority, Miltiades devised a plan to neutralize these advantages and turn them against the enemy. One of the key tactics employed by the Athenians was the utilization of the phalanx formation. This formation, characterized by tightly packed ranks of hoplites wielding spears and shields, provided a formidable barrier against enemy attacks. By presenting a solid wall of shields and spears, the Athenians were able to absorb the brunt of the Persian assault and maintain cohesion in the face of overwhelming odds. The Athenian also decided to launch a surprise attack against the Persian forces. Sensing an opportunity to catch the enemy off guard, Miltiades ordered a bold advance against the Persian camp, catching the enemy in a state of disarray and confusion. This daring maneuver not only disrupted the Persian battle plans, but also sowed panic and chaos among their ranks. As the Athenians surged forward with unmatched ferocity, the Persians found themselves on the back foot, struggling to regroup and respond to the sudden onslaught. As the battle unfolded, both sides clashed in a titanic struggle for supremacy, with spears splintering and shields shattering beneath the relentless onslaught of combat. But it was the disciplined tactics and unwavering resolve of the Athenian hoplites that ultimately carried the day, routing the Persian forces and securing a glorious victory for Greece. The Battle of Marathon would go down in history as a turning point in the struggle for Greek independence. It would inspire future generations to stand firm in the face of the Persian Empire, which they will again, and it would pave the way for the Golden Age of Athens, a beacon of democracy and enlightenment in an ancient world engulfed by darkness. This triumph not only secured Athens' independence and bolstered Greek morale, but also put a check on Persian expansionism. The Persians' defeat at Marathon shattered their aura of invincibility, and emboldened other Greek city-states to resist Darius's imperial ambitions. Furthermore, the battle elevated Athens' status as a regional power and political influencer. If you've enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe and hit that bell button. Cheers.